What's up, dudes? Xtine featurette coming at you from in front of the old abandoned Kino rack. Lewis Switcher's in the background wrangling babies. I wanted to go through our Kino collection and just talk about some of my faves. Since we just got a Kino order in today, we got some film noir number 2 and 3. So it's really exciting. First, we have everything with slips. We have the Night Stalker, the Night Strangler, Cabin Boy, Rawhead Rex. Those are all really good. But Cabin Boy's whacked out.
The Puppet Masters?
Yeah. Did we watch that?
No, we haven't.
Okay, I got that mixed up with the Rosary Murders.
Oh!
But
Does they all have Donald Sutherland?
Correct. But
Oh, Benny!
Rawhead Rex with the glorious slip again from Movie and Toy Collector 13, Mr. Rob.
Hell yeah, thanks, bro.
I still to this day can't believe that we got it without the slip. You know, how messed up is that?
Yeah, but where did Rob find the slip? What did he say about it?
I don't even know, but he came through big time, so thanks again, Rob, for giving this to us. And yeah, it allowed us to, because this does have reversible artwork. Most Kinos don't, but this one does, so we were able to flip it. So that's very cool. We watched this kind of recently, and
It was a riot.
it was silly as hell. Practical effects. It was just it was a really fun movie. So highly suggested. This is one of my favorite Kinos, and this was a surprise. Mr. Tom Selleck and An Innocent Man. It was such a good movie. I seriously, I haven't seen that many like Tom Selleck movies, honestly, but he did have a mustache in this one, so all is right in the world. But it was just like, it was a guy that was wrongly accused of a crime, and it follows his story, and he is a total badass in this movie, and you loved it, didn't you?
Absolutely.
Oh my god, it was so good. We watched it, we're just like, how have we never seen this before?
And the third act was so good. Some of like the chase and fight scenes at the end.
The final chase scene, and what were we watching? It was like an interview or something where he was...
Yeah, they were talking about how
they filmed it with Tom Selleck and everything. The
Yeah.
bad guy, the bad guy at the end was talking about his experience filming with Tom Selleck, and it was such a good interview. That scene was amazing, and hearing him talk about it was like, it made it even more impressive.
Yeah, you could tell it was a super fun movie to film.
Oh yeah, but highly suggested. We got this for my brother-in-law as a Christmas gift last year because we're just like, oh my god, everyone needs to see this. It's so good.
Yeah, it really is. I'd watch it over and over, to be honest.
Yeah. One of my husband's all-time favorites, Real Men.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. One of the best films ever made. Miles Goodman's soundtrack. It's a damn shame it's not available because it's like one of the best scores in cinematic history.
What else can I say?
John Ritter, James Belushi.
Their dynamic in this movie is so good.
Oh my gosh.
John Ritter, like, you know...
The best. What can you say?
What a comedic genius.
Yeah.
He is so funny. Like, I cracked up at him in this movie so much. I want to watch this again. We should watch this tonight. Like, I'm in the mood for it.
I can watch it whenever.
Seriously, James Belushi in this movie is just ridiculous.
I know literally probably every line of dialogue in that film.
It's pretty good, so.
Signed by Eddie Furlong.
We have before and after signed by Mr. Edward Furlong. And it's funny because we got him to sign this at Steel City Comic Con recently, like in December, right?
Yeah, I think it was around Christmas.
Yeah, and you brought this up to him, and he's like, I didn't even know this came out. Like, when was this released?
Yeah, he was
on
really
Blu-ray.
interested.
Yeah, so he signed it to Lewis. I'm not like incredibly into dramas, you know, it's more my husband's bag, but this was a good one. It was honestly like, it was a good story, and it was, you know,
it's a powerful film, that's what I can say. It's very powerful. Oh, filmed in Motown.
This is the one that I was thinking of with Donald Sutherland. Mr. Charles Durning's in this, and the Rosary Murders, and this was a really good one.
How many Charles Durning movies we watched recently?
We had like a little Charles Durning marathon recently.
We really did.
We're like, oh, gotta watch them all. This guy's great. He is such a good actor.
Yeah, he
and
is.
On all of the special features on everything that we watched with him in it, like everyone was just talking so highly of him about how it is to work with him. So that was really cool. So yeah, this is just like about some dude like going around like killing people of the church. And yeah, it's just a serial killer type thing, and directed by Fred Walton, When a Stranger Calls, so April Fool's Day. So yeah, it was just really good, and if you haven't seen this, I suggest it. Wow, this one's whacked out. Impulse.
Oh yeah, that was so good too.
Okay, based on the cover,
so strange.
Yeah, but okay, I don't like to read the backs of movies before I watch them, but based on the cover, I was not interested in this whatsoever, because it's just some people like making out.
Yeah, but Tim Matheson's in it. So
but Tim Matheson's in it, so I was like, I'll give it a chance, because I like him. But his role in this movie is like so strange, and this movie is so weird. Like, we were watching it, and it was just like,
it's like a Twilight Zone episode.
It is. It really like, it might have been a Twilight Zone episode.
Maybe.
It could have been. Like, but basically,
it's a What's in the Water movie.
Yeah,
really.
it you know, no spoilers, but it's like, you know, there's a contaminant, and it's not a zombie movie, but
not
it's
at all.
But it's more, yeah, it's like a contaminant movie, and you know, what's going on in this town? Why is everyone acting all weird? Whoa.
Yeah, I wouldn't spoil anything.
Yeah, so
recommended for sure.
It's really odd. It's very odd. Again, it's like, it's another drama, but it has like a bit of backstory, but then once you get into it, it's just like, it's like, wow, what the hell is going on? Because it takes a turn. Like, I did not see this coming, you know, from the beginning, but that was pretty cool. Didn't watch that. The Man Who Died Twice. It's whatever. That was a good one, I guess. Celtic Pride. Nah.
Daniel Stern, Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
Great film.
It was good, but...
But not worth a mention on this channel.
But I will mention Camp Nowhere, since this is like so, no parents, no counselors, no rules. This is definitely a 90s kids movie.
Nowhere!
All the way.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
This could not be more 90s.
It's very fun.
Christopher Lloyd, you know, it's, he basically is in charge of a camp of scandalous youngsters, like, rambunctious. This looked like it would have been so fun to film as a kid in the 90s.
No doubt.
There's a scene where they, like, all these kids are at a camp, obviously, and they go like on a shopping spree because they have like all this money that they got from their parents for their camp fees or whatever, and they go on a shopping spree. I'm like, this is so 90s. I can't imagine what it would have been like to film this, but and then they were talking about doing stunts and stuff. Like, there's a scene on the lake where they're all like going down that ramp and stuff, and you know, diving into the lake, and they were like talking about doing that, and I was like, this is nuts, but it's a lot of fun.
The cast is so good, too.
The kids are like total 90s kids, and it's
Andrew Keegan, Joshua Jackson.
It's definitely like a fun summer movie. It's a fun family movie. So
yeah, it is.
Watch it with your kids, folks. Speaking of Tim Matheson, we have Up the Creek, which
I'm up the creek.
It has a really good soundtrack, which we had to buy. Had to buy the soundtrack for Lewis Switcher because he was obsessed with it and wouldn't stop listening to it on YouTube. So here we are. But Tim Matheson, it's like his best movie ever. And it's something that I never heard about this until we bought it from Encore Records in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And yeah, it's just, again, it's a very fun summer movie. It's about this, like, underdog university, a bunch of losers, Lepetamine. And they get recruited to, go on, like, this rafting competition, and, they don't want to, but they have to, and they have to win it, and it is just a lot of fun. It's like a total underdog movie, but it's also, like, a really fun summer movie, and crazy fact, like, there's this entire lodge in this movie that they built and demolished for this, and I'm like, what was the budget for this? You know, it's just like one of those things where it was really strange, but it's 1984 and it totally feels like an 80s movie. It's a lot of fun. I gotta mention Zone Troopers with Tim Thomerson, my boyfriend. A Charles Band production, honey.
Oh yeah, Tim Thomerson.
Yeah, how could we pass on a Tim Thomerson movie? So
It was very cheap too.
it was cheap, and it was good. It was really good. It was cheesy, and you know, it's Tim Thomerson. One of my favorites. We just watched this recently. Whatever Happened to Aunt Alice?
Talk about a soundtrack. That was the weirdest soundtrack in cinema history, I'd say. Huh?
It was good. It was good, but I don't even know. Like, this is
That movie's out there.
it is, and it says
It's out there.
Geraldine Page, Ruth Gordon,
Geraldine.
But basically, like, there's this rich broad living in the middle of the desert, and you know, her housekeeper goes mysteriously missing, and they are you know, people start asking questions, and, you know, why are these trees growing ever so lushly in the middle of the desert? So that's pretty much the gist of Whatever Happened to Aunt Alice. It's got that, like, really cool, it's from 1969, but it's got that, like, late 60s, early 70s feel to it. I love how, like, you know, they have, like, a stereo with, like, a little wet bar set up, and it's just very quaint. I like that time period in general, so this is, like, a fun, you know...
Bizarre.
It is bizarre. Speaking of weird, the gun in Betelgeux's handbag. Weird. Came highly recommended.
That's a fun movie. I
Yeah,
like that one.
It was weird.
It's a weird movie, too.
It was good. I don't know.
Babies.
Busting.
That's all we need to say about that one.
What else?
Honestly, one word response on that one. Bust.
This one I really enjoyed.
Yeah, Walter Matthau, Bruce Dern. It's a rockin' movie. It's good.
It is rockin'. It is rockin'. The Laughing Policeman.
From
From 1973, a 70s cop movie.
Yeah, it's fun.
Always,
it's
always
a
go for
weird
that.
time period for film in general.
I love it. Very fun cop movie. Liked it a lot. Peter Coyote. We just watched another Peter Coyote movie.
Yeah, this one was weird too. They were both weird.
They were both very bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so...
I think I like that one better.
So, Slayground, here's the other one. They happen to both be Kinos. So, I think I like Slayground more, honestly. Heart at Midnight was about a nightclub, like a dance club type thing that was like, it was just, the whole set was really weird. It was very bizarre.
It was a dark
very,
movie.
It was dark.
Yeah.
It was dark, and it was like really psychological and kind of weird. It's from 1989. Just a very weird feel to it. But Slayground, we just watched this very recently, and it's like a heist gone wrong, pretty much.
It was enjoyable. It was an enjoyable movie. I love the artwork.
The first half of it takes place in like upstate New York. The second half of the whole movie takes place across the pond in, you know, jolly old England. The second half takes place in this like really weird, creepy, like abandoned amusement park. Very strange, but very good. Both these movies are good. Just they're both very odd, bizarre stuff. Another one my husband introduced me to, Mr. Destiny. I really enjoyed this.
Oh yeah, it's classic.
It's like one of those, like, you know,
fork in the road kind of movies.
yeah, fork in the road. Like, you know, what if this happened instead?
Yeah.
And it follows that that timeline in somebody's life. And those things are, like, those hypotheticals are always fun to think about, and this movie explores that.
Another great cast. John Lovitz, Linda Hamilton.
James Belushi.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, it's a good one. We
Michael
recommend
Caine.
it. You know what my favorite Michael Caine role is, honey?
What is that?
Scrooge. Ebenezer
yeah.
Scrooge from The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
We have Nightmare Beach, a film by Umberto Lenzi. The Goblin, Claudio Simonetti, did the soundtrack to this, and it's amazing.
Shout out to Aaron Pynn.
Why? Is that who you associate with this?
Well, he's the one who recommended this film for me, so that's kind of why I had interest in it. He praised it.
Yeah, this comes
highly,
highly recommended from, like, everybody, and it's
Very fun.
Oh my gosh, it was such a good movie, and yeah, I mean, and one of the special features is an interview with Claudio Simonetti, which we haven't watched yet, but I am going to. I've seen him perform live a couple times, and he's absolutely amazing. This movie is a late 80s slasher. It's just a lot of fun, so highly suggested from us and Aaron Pynn. Wolf Lake, how messed up was that movie?
Oh my gosh, it was
wow.
so good. We got on a Rod Steiger. We got on a Rod Steiger kick.
Yeah,
too.
We were watching a lot of Charles Durning, and then we were watching a lot of Rod Steiger. But yeah, oh my gosh, he is so weird in this movie, though. Like, just, you know, bizarre.
He's crazy in that movie.
Oh, this movie is like, it's good, but it's just like, you know.
It's another one that's out there.
It's you know, one of those, it's definitely not like, it's definitely not like a, you know, like a horror flick or anything, but very intense, a very intense movie. We still need to watch Mr. Majestic. Obviously the spine doesn't match the rest of the beautifully uniform spines on the Kino titles. I Bought a Vampire Motorcycle does not have a uniform spine. I bought this as part of Louis Switcher's Christmas gift last year based on the title alone, and I was not disappointed. This movie, and I will go a little bit more in depth with this because this is what sparked me to talk about all my favorite Kinos. This movie is so ridiculous and fun. It is, like, it takes place in England, and it's basically like a motorcycle, like a motorcycle gang interrupts like some sort of a satanic cult rite or ritual, and blood gets into the gas tank, obviously, of the motorcycle, and that infects the motorcycle, making it become a vampire. Like the satanic priest or whatever dies, and his soul enters the motorcycle. And here we are, we have a motorcycle that is hungry for blood. You know that he's ready to feast whenever his gas tank is on empty. So, this really ridiculous motorcycle just, you know, kills people. It's pretty badass. The mechanic that buys this bike happens to have like a little encounter with the Hells Angels, and there's like a back and forth throughout the whole movie where the Hells Angels are trying to like get this guy, and meanwhile like the lead character and his girlfriend are like, you know, being antagonized by this motorcycle, and he discovers what's actually happening and like joins forces with a priest and try to do like some sort of exorcism on the bike. Who knows what happens. This movie's so much fun though, like from beginning to end, it was just like a wild ride. And the special features on here, there's a audio commentary with the director, Dick Campbell, and the writers and actor, Vampire's Lair featurette, which is pretty funny. It's like a featurette, like, it's like a modern day featurette where they go into the director's like garage or something and like dig out the bike from where they had it in storage. And then there's We Made a Vampire Motorcycle, a documentary. Where Are They Now featurette. The Where Are They Now featurette is it's pretty funny. It's set up like a VH1 or something documentary, but it's kind of like they're definitely like poking fun, but it's like, oh, you know, after all the success of this movie that literally nobody has ever heard of, and then there's like this one dude that is acting all destitute while the other ones are like living large, from all their fame and fortune associated with I Bought a Vampire Motorcycle. And there's a trailer. So it's 101 minutes from 1990. It's kind of weird because it, like, being in England, I don't know if that, you know, like the time periods don't match up exactly right or what's going on, but 1990, it seems a lot like an early 80s movie based on the, you know, trends and everything, you know, but I don't know if that was just like a, like, you know, difference in cultures or whatever, but it definitely feels like an 80s movie. It's 101 minutes, like I said, and it's got some really fun special features. So if you happen to own this, or if you pick it up, definitely watch the special features. They are, they're you know, just as fun as the movie, and it's just a good time. So if If you want to watch a weird possession movie, there you have it. And this is my Xtine featurette approved recommendation, so you know it's weird. So thanks for taking the time to check out my Kino Lorber picks, you know, some of my favorite movies in our collection, and I mean there's so many more that we haven't watched yet. We just, like I said, we just got the first, we just finished the first film noir box set, have 2 more that we just got in, 6 movies total that we need to watch. There's another box set coming out, so we'll be buying that too. And just a lot of really good stuff to be watching. So if you have any of your favorite Kinos that I didn't talk about, let me know, because you know, we're always looking for stuff to pick up during the Kino sales. Thanks for watching. I will see you later. Bye!